you notice this about Furcorn? During the tutorial, Furcorn would appear and give tips to the player to help them get involved in MSM. But originally, Furcorn was going to have voice acting from Dave Care, the creator of the game. Players would hear him speak in the English language while helping get the game set up. However, this idea was ultimately scrapped because Dave Care said that it would be controversial to give Furcorn a voice during the tutorial. Pretty interesting, right? These are some of the extinct monsters within MSM. First up is the Dragoon. It had this bodiless claw. That's all we've got of it. Its appearance was so valued by collectors that it caused them to be hunted to extinction. Next up are the Ammonus and Ammonauti. They were these small creatures living in Cave Island's pool. Little is known about them, but we do see their remains on Bone Island via paths. Finally, we have the Lyrodocus Rex and Regina. They were closely related creatures that lived long ago. All that's left of them are skeleton representations of their bodies, in which Wither and Rare used them as instruments. Pretty sad, right? Did you know this about Yool? When Yool was released in 2012, his original breeding combination was Deej and Thumpies. Grumpair was released in August the next year. Why did I bring this up? Well, it's because Grumpair shared a breeding combination with Yool. Since both Grumpair and Yool had the same breeding combination, it was difficult to distinguish the two monsters, as both of their speed-up times are 36 hours. However, in September 2014, Big Blue Bubble changed Yool's breeding combination to now be Thumpies and Congled to avoid confusion. Pretty surprising, right? Did you notice this about Flutefly? During development of Earth Island, early concept art for the quad-element monster was centered around Flutefly. However, that idea was scrapped in favor of the real quad-element monster for Earth Island, Chorister. However, in 2019, this monster was reintroduced as a magical monster for Fairy Island. And similarly, both Flutefly and Chorister had the same likes: the Tree Hut, the Vast String Bridge, and the Zuffle Tree. Pretty interesting, right? Did you notice this about Stog in Dawn of Fire? You know that Stog has two elements, those being earth and cold, and with each two element comes two beds. However, Stog seems to be taking up one bed instead of two. You might be asking, why would Stog have one bed? Well, the answer to it is quite important. You see, this is likely due to Stog being part of the tutorial, in which 4 monsters are present on the continent after finishing the tutorial, and that's why Stog has one bed instead of 2. Crunchy's unused second track is back. Recently, version 5.5 launched, and the grandeur of it all was the latest Clubbox act called Lux Lumens. Performers include Candelabra, the Inflatterer, DJ Epic, and Rare Crunchy. While the act isn't my personal favorite, it's still pretty cool. However, there is something about Rare Crunchy we should talk about. Do you remember Crunchy's unused second track for Mythical Island? Well, it's back, but it's different. Listen to this portion from the act. It's pitched higher just to match the pitch of the act, and I'm not too mad about it. I'm just glad that it's back. Did you notice this detail in the Lux Lumens act? What do you mean Lo uses an avocado for its sounds? You heard me right. An avocado was used for Lo's sound. But what was its purpose? Well, take a look at this clip from Lo's behind-the-scenes video.
The first layer of the sound actually comes from an avocado being thrown at the ground by yours truly.
You can see monster handler Celestin dropping an avocado on the floor. It provides a beat for when Lo gets down. Listen to this. Virtually every instrumental monster within MSM has its sound produced by a real instrument. But for Lo, Big Blue Bubble wanted to do some experimenting and use food. Were you surprised by this fact? Did you notice this about portraits? Every monster within MSM has a portrait. These can be seen in the breeding structure, the memory game, and when customizing your avatar. However, they used to look different. You see, back in 2016, the MSM Facebook account held polls for different sets of rare monsters to become available in the game. And a unique feature of these polls was that they had different portraits for all the rare monsters. Instead of using the typical bubble right background, they used the same background they used for revealing the rare monsters. Another unique detail is that some of the monsters spit out a musical note. Pretty cool, right? What do you mean you were able to buy rare Monculus without zapping eggs? On Christmas Day in 2024, the Song in Your Heart promotion for the Festival of Yay went live. And during that promotion, all seasonal and fire expansion monsters became available to buy or breed. But we're not here to talk about that. Let's actually talk about rare Monculus, because for some reason, it can be brought for 2,175,584 coins without needing to zap any eggs. And if you refer to the currency range for the rare wublins, you know that rare Monculus makes a lot. However, Big Blue Bubble came out with a statement a few hours later. They said that an update in 2025 will remove the surplus of rare Monculi. And in April 2025, they got rid of the rare Monculi. All of them except for one because they were nice. Did you have experience with this glitch? There weren't just one, but 2 MSM-themed puzzle games. The first was Furcorn's Jelly Dreams. Released in 2015, the player would match 3 or more blocks or jellies to pass levels. There were 150 in total. What was really cool about the game was it had unique songs or reveries. Unfortunately, sometime in 2017, the game was discontinued in favor of Jammer Splash, another MSM-themed puzzle game. The concept of it was similar to Furcorn's Jelly Dreams. However, instead of matching jellies, you'd match Jammer blocks. There were more than 400 levels, more than double of what FJD had. Sadly, between 2021 and 2022, this game became lost media. What do you think about these 2 games? What do you mean Hyehehe has a second bio? During Season of Love 2023, we got to see the release of Epic Humbug, Weasel, and Hyehehe. But today, let's talk about Hyehehe's reveal trailer. In the trailer, we see monster handler Matt touring his islands. However, do you notice anything different on screen? Yeah, Earth Island has been crossed off by Hyehehe. And when being introduced to Hyehehe, he reads his second bio. Pause this video if you want to read it. Anyways, this bio isn't present in the game as it was exclusive to the reveal trailer. Also, I like how this bio broke the 4th wall and made fun of monster handler Matt. What do you guys think about the bio? We're getting a brand spanking new My Singing Monsters game later this year. This is My Singing Monsters Karaoke, and it'll be a rhythm game featuring songs and characters from the game. Speaking of characters, they've got goofy designs. Heck, they've even got Blizzard in the game. Now, if you recall, you may have got your first look at the game during PAX West 2023. It was originally called Furcorn's Karaoke. The game is set to release for free sometime in August with new footage coming soon. Are you excited for MSM Karaoke? We came up with a future Clubbox act. So throughout Creator Month, the MSM account posted polls on who should perform in an upcoming Clubbox act. And y'all, you locked in with the suggestions. We have Flugel, Whimsies, Loodvigg, and Bone Petite. That's 4 of the 5 monsters performing. But what about the 5th monster? Well, in an in-game promo, we've got a clue. It stated that the search will take a while and will be quite quite emotionally draining. Maybe BBB is looking for another celebrity to voice an upcoming legendary monster. And if so, this Clubbox act can be for them. You know, although it'd be nice to have Weird Al in, I'm gonna contemplate that due to the scenery of the act. What do you think is gonna be the mysterious headliner? What do you mean MSM was made for teachers? MSM is not just for kids, it's for teachers too. This is Teaching Guide Grade 1-3, My Singing Monsters, and it is designed to help teachers educate students devoted to music with help from the Plant Island cast with a couple exceptions. All the monsters are free since you pay $10 for the app. The Wubbox is also there, but notice anything different about it. Yeah, that's right. Their eyes are now gray and their orb is translucent. The game also comes with lesson plans, which cover the core fundamentals of music. Have you ever heard of this game?